control to Major Tom. Hello, hello.
Hello, and welcome to the broadcast with myself, Marco, and Harper as we explore Restream.io and live broadcasting in general. So if you want to comment, please do. We'll show you a comment on screen. But otherwise, we have no script, as I said in the post that I made. We have no idea what we're going to do in the next 60 minutes. We're just going to make it up as we go along. Say hello to Marco.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. And hello to Harper.
Hello, everybody.
So we're joining Portugal with the UK with the States, and we're joined by our good friend Roland, who's saying
Hello,
good afternoon
Roland.
from Periscope.
Good afternoon, Roland.
And Twitch has woken up as well, so we're on Twitch as well. Okay, now I want to start off with a story. So I'm going to bring it on screen, and I'm going to make it full screen. Okay, I live 20 miles away from Stonehenge, which is instantly recognizable because it's just sort of, what can I say? It's so well known. It's a World Heritage Site. And if you're visiting the UK, it is one of the places you actually have to go and visit. It's got to be in everybody's wish list and bucket list. The unfortunate thing is that there's a road that runs around Stonehenge, and in summer that road is chock-a-block with traffic because, quite simply, everybody who drives past Stonehenge can see it from the road, and they slow down so they can get a good look, or the passengers in the car can get a good look at Stonehenge itself. So the government came up with this bright idea that they would build an underpass going under Stonehenge, and they had an inquiry into it, and they decided that it was not a good idea to actually build a tunnel near to Stonehenge and take the traffic off the road, reroute the road. But our government today decided that the experts know nothing and the government is going ahead with it. So they're actually going to build a road under Stonehenge. Now I'm sort of stretching it a bit there because Stonehenge is about half a mile from the road. Well, between quarter and half mile from the road. And the tunnel won't actually go under Stonehenge. I can give you a sort of representation of what it looks like, or will look like. If I scroll down past the text, there you are. It will be a dual carriageway going underground and past Stonehenge. So anybody driving past in their car will be unable to see Stonehenge. English Heritage, who look after Stonehenge, are quite happy about it because it restores the land to what it would have been when Stonehenge was created 4,500 years ago. The Druids, who hold ceremonies at Stonehenge twice a year, and well, there is a growing number of people who are against it. So you have a battle of the ancients against the moderns, and it's all taking place at Stonehenge. It's just, I'm not on the fence. Well, no, I'm not on the fence. I don't think there should be a road, a tunnel anywhere near Stonehenge. Right. Okay. So that's my rant of the day, that they're actually going to build a road under Stonehenge to make things different is the word. They're just doing studies at the moment. It won't start for a few years. So if you're thinking of visiting Stonehenge, you still can. It won't affect that. But it does mean that there are going to be one or two pitched battles ahead. And I'm going to catch up with the comments now as I take that off Spotlight. And Chris has joined. Oh, wow. Okay, let's catch up. Say hello to Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello. And hello to Chris. No, wrong message. Hang on a minute. All the messages are moving about. Hello to Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Hello to our chat bot.
By the way, Stephen, I think we forgot something we talked about last week.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tu t'as
yeah.
oublié, mon frère, mon ami.
And Roland saying Stonehenge needs renovating, rant over, and reassuringly, he's saying that there won't be any money left over to actually build it, which is possibly true given all the money that's being spent at the moment. And over to John, and John is saying hello, John, nice to see you. And Michelle is smiling, thumbs up. Gosh, so many comments.
Yeah.
That's good. Just a quick thank you for all that you do. Be Live has been a great tool for keeping our TV show on the air. Good. I mean, Be Live is quite simply the best. I can say that, but Marco might say something different. Harper might say something else. But if you ask me, then yeah, Be Live has been good. So I'm going to hide that. And thank you, John.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we did the show last week that we did was from OBS Ninja.
Yeah.
Was it not, Marco?
Yes, we were fighting with a ninja outfit. We were throwing stars and our sword. You know, it was quite a battle. Well, it was.
The only thing is that on OBS Ninja you've got to have a headset.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that was the only thing, because when we played back, as Chris said, it was quite quiet. Okay. And over to John. John saying we're interviewing the CT governor on Be Live. Brilliant. Wow. And better than all the rest. Thank you, Michelle. Tonight. Good luck with the show, John.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a coup. And to all secret. I don't think I could battle for Stonehenge on my own. I think it's a team effort. There is the Druids are led by the gentleman with the name of Arthur Pendragon, and Arthur Pendragon is going to be leading the opposition to it actually going ahead. So we'll just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see. Right. Any news from Portugal, Marco?
Well, not well. I think it's the same news as everyone else. COVID doing his thing, and everything locked down. During the weekend, next 2 weekends, we should be at home at 1 p.m. After that, we can go out.
Okay.
But if just you can go out, just if you can, you go shopping on the big supermarkets, you know, because they play a big thing here. They have lots of power to deal that with the government, if you know what I mean. That's the point. But yes, last day we had, I think, 78 deaths, and we on the first period I think we had around the worst days were around 40. So the number is growing a lot for a small country as we are. You know, I think you may guess that in the world there are small countries. Less than 10 million people or around 10 million people. So let's see what the future brings, because I hope. And now there's this hope of the Pfizer vaccine. Let's hope it will work, and soon we can go. We can get back to our normality.
Well, go back to where we were in February. How are things in Arizona, Harper?
They're actually really good. We're the lockdown that Europe is on. We're not. We're pretty much all open now. At least 95%. I mean, a lot of the restaurants still have, every other table closed off or something like that. But, as you can see in the news, there's big groups of people out everywhere and, not really affecting too much. Our numbers are getting higher just because people are doing more. A lot of people are going out just to get tested. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it's, we're free to do whatever we want, really. So
we're on the second week of a 4-week lockdown, which ends December 2nd, and we can go out, but the shops, as in Portugal, are closed, apart from the big superstores, which are open. And it's sort of because this is the second time we've been in lockdown, you know what to expect, Marco.
Kind of, yes. It's not the first time, and let's hope everything goes well. Even though there are some people making some riots about using the mask on the public space and everything, hope they don't need to go to the hospital, because otherwise it will be fun, ironic, But let's see what happens. Hope this could be on tracks soon, because it's tiring, this situation. You can, for instance, I can't go to my football game every Thursday, and even the veteran game I do every 2 Saturdays. So let's see if, I think, in second half of 2021 this will be on tracks again, hopefully. Yes.
Fingers crossed that's a global situation. The vaccine from Pfizer is brilliant news. I mean, the fact that a husband and wife team were able to actually create a
I think they were tired of being the one with the another. Just close it down. Okay, let's create the vaccine.
they had a personal motive. Is that what you're saying?
I can't deal with you anymore. I can't handle to be with you anymore. Let's create a vaccine.
We need to come up with a solution, because we're getting tired of each other. And but, on John's comment to Stephen, I think the reason that, his previous comment was Arizona's numbers are good now, the rest of the country not so much. I think one of the reasons why Arizona is doing so well is because it gets so hot here. Hanging out outside and everything just really isn't something a lot of people do, and so a lot of people just stay home, or just to work and then home, because of the air conditioning. Where the cooler temperatures, you can be out in public and doing all kinds of stuff for all day long, and so, but I don't think, while we may need a lockdown for to get rid of some of these numbers, I don't think the American people would go for it. And with everything else that is going on, attitude-wise and everything else with Americans this summer, it wouldn't go over so well, need it or not.
Yeah, first time round we had, when we were in lockdown, we had 97% of people actually staying at home. This time round, I get the feeling it's slightly lower. And the problem that the government has got is that they want everybody to stay home, even though there is a vaccine. And people saying, well, there's a vaccine down the road. Why do I need to be so careful? And the government are saying, well, there might be a vaccine down the road, but you've still got to stay at home. So we'll have to see how that works out. But we've had, in the north of England, it's been pretty bad. And it looks like things are easing, but it's too early to tell, really. And we won't know until December 2nd. But yeah. Okay. And John was saying just there, the weather is good at the moment.
Yeah, it's finally cooling off. In fact, right now it's only 2 degrees Celsius warmer here than it is in Liverpool. So it's kind of chilly right now. Right now, we have a week of kind of really cold air coming down away from Canada, but we'll be back in the normal 80-degree Fahrenheit temps next week. So.
Well, we were speaking to Kelly, who's in Sarnia in Ontario, and he said last week it was darn cold, but this week they've got 20 degrees.
Yeah,
which is unseasonal weather for Ontario.
Temperature is just doing this.
It's like here. During the day, it's nice weather. For instance, right now it's 17 Celsius.
Oh, wow.
But
you're warm at
night. But at night it drops and there's this humidity because we are close to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like the humidity gets in through your bones.
Oh, yeah.
Is there?
When I lived in Seattle, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's very uncomfortable, but that's we have to deal with this.
Marco, you're 6 degrees warmer than I am right now. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And 6 degrees higher than the UK. That's all. Well, if we could, we'd come over. And John is saying Eastern Canada and US has had amazing warm weather in the last 10 days. It's cooling off now.
Yeah, I think you're going to start getting a lot of the cold weather from the west. It's going to come over to the east side of the country here real soon, John.
Yeah. And okay, bringing a smile. That's what we tried to do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you everybody who's watching today. So.
Oh yeah, thank you, Joe.
Comments.
Yeah, we're grateful for this. I mean, the thing is that this is the beauty of live video, that we can go live and we can reach out to you and we can communicate, and that's what it's all about. It's about networking. It's about meeting people. And
absolutely.
We love meeting people from around the world.
Yeah, putting everybody together.
Indeed.
So one of the comments that I was thinking when you were telling us about the Stonehenge, the tunnels and everything, is when you were first said they're going to build a tunnel underneath it, I'm thinking going, no, that is not going to work out. You're going to have problems with that. And what came to mind was, and I think we've talked about this earlier in the year, is Seattle is built on old ruins of a previous Seattle. Things collapsed. They said, hey, we're just going to make a city right over the top. Well, they came up with this idea last year that they want to put a tunnel underneath Seattle, and they started digging. It's like, you not know Seattle's history? I mean, you're built on ruins. This isn't just like, solid dirt, solid rock, anything like that. And then they got this big tunnel digging machine, Bertha or whatever they called it, and it was breaking left and right. This is supposed to be the strongest drill in the world, and it's breaking left and right all of a sudden. And I think they actually finished the tunnel. I don't know. I've been away for a couple of years, but yeah, I was just like going, no, don't build underneath something. But yeah, they were finding, they'd have while they were drilling, all of a sudden the whole intersection would just like, fall in. It's like going, there's too many pockets that you can't adjust for. So, and I was like, no, not Stonehenge. I mean, even people here in America, they know they can see the picture of Stonehenge and they know exactly what that is. We don't know what it's from, what it's for, or anything else, but we can identify it. So.
Absolutely.
That's right. I was looking for a word earlier, and the word is iconic. If I scroll back up the page, we'll make it the theme of the day. So if you just joined us, government decided today, against advice from experts, that they will build a tunnel adjacent to Stonehenge, so that the people who are driving in the area can get from A to B quicker. And it's causing a lot of controversy, and we'll have to see what happens. But I'm backing the Druids. I've got to say, the Druids have it.
Don't the Druids can make some magic and make some people disappear, for instance, or or something.
Who knows what arcane powers druids have? Yeah, it's not going to go smoothly. Let's just catch up with the comments for a moment. And I've got Ted watching from the Philippines, and I know that it's very early in the morning there.
Yes.
Yeah. So hello, Ted.
Good early morning.
One of my bots is playing along, and I don't know who he's talking to. And our therapy group. That is that.
John, that is a page that I have on Facebook, and it is. I have traumatic brain injury and PTSD, and so car therapy is my way of. I've built cars, built engines, I race cars. I just enjoy cars, and so that's kind of my page, therapy for me. But it also share it for therapy for other folks. The link, the on the bottom part that you're reading from my under my picture, that if you put that into Facebook, the @car therapy group, it'll put you to my page. And when we have car shows, drag races, I try to film those if I'm not racing. And in fact, I've got a really big one coming up on the 28th that I'll be filming. But that's what that is. That's just my group, my page for doing some of my videos. I haven't done a video in a while because I'm having laptop problems. So I'm actually on the house computer right now, and I don't have anything on this computer. It's all stuck on my laptop. So, but please check it out.
I think the comments again, plenty coming in today. Chris is saying it's too risky for the monument. I think a lot of people agree with you, Chris. And this is the joy of networking. John is saying he collects old cars too.
Nice. I'd love to do. If you got some pictures, or if you want to do we can do a video like this, you and I, and you can tell me about your cars. So, well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Action.
Yeah, I think it's anytime that you want to do something like that around a monument, especially something of that age, and it's just, what's the point? I mean, I can see if you've got the road, and I'm not familiar with the road that goes around it, but maybe make another side road that is just use the current one for visitors or whoever wants to stop and drive slow. But then how do you have the other one just for the passersby that, it's Stonehenge. I got to get where I got to go. So.
Yeah. Indeed. And over to the comments. My bot is going mad. All right. I don't know which one it is, though. I've got so many running, but sometimes get confusing. Right. For weeks, I've been promising that I would actually come on screen. I'm going solo, which I don't do very often. I would actually come on screen and I would come on OBS. Now, I'm not broadcasting from my Logitech Brio camera. I'm broadcasting from OBS, which means that I can do this. I can change the scenes. And this is true of both Minicam and OBS, that the ability it gives you whilst you're live is to actually set up a scene and bring that scene on camera whenever you wish, and be able to go between one scene and the other at the flick of a button. Now, OBS is free, and given what we've learned about OBS Ninja, it is a way to actually go live. Now we know you can go live with more than one person on screen. OBS is going to make a more prominent role in what we're actually doing. But the beauty of OBS, as I say, is that we can flick between screen layouts so easily. As I come back and I take myself off full screen to come back.
Took himself off all screen.
Right. Okay. There we have it. So we've talked about Stonehenge. We've nothing new on Restream to report. at the moment. They think they're just stabilizing things and improving the quality. And marketing, I've seen so many adverts for Restream in my Facebook
Absolutely.
timeline. It's absolutely crazy. Right, this is a true story. Okay. I had a broadcast today at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK with John Upton, and it was the 53rd episode of Inspired by NVIDIA. Now, the show's format is very simple. John and I start off talking, and then John's got a video on YouTube, and we put the video full screen, turn our microphones off, and we can sit in the background. And basically, we know the video is 20 minutes. We know we've got to come back in 20 minutes, so we're fine. So we can go surfing, we can do anything you like. And you think that you're not on camera. You think you're not on camera because the screen in front of you is showing the full YouTube video for the whole of the 20 minutes. Yeah. Unfortunately, the feed going out to Facebook isn't showing the video full screen. It's showing me, John, and the video as three up on screen. It's okay. This is not going where you think it is. Thank goodness. Fortunately, this would happen for 3 minutes until somebody commented. Chris commented and said, "You don't. All three of you are on screen. You know that, don't you?" And we didn't, because all we could see was the YouTube video. The fortunate thing is that I was on the extreme left-hand side. John was in the middle, and the video was on the right-hand side, so nobody could see my vape, thank goodness. But for 3 minutes, we were unaware, blissfully unaware of what was going on, because, as I say, we expect to sit there for 20 minutes. So I want to say thank you to Chris for letting us know that, because we wouldn't have known otherwise. And we were able to correct it. I just pressed the button twice, and sanity was restored. But always assume that you are actually on camera even when you're not.
Yes,
I learned that today.
Well, I had this awkward situation. It was a few years ago when I shared mostly recorded videos. So I used to record them. I had my bloopers, of course. I thought I cut them all from the video. And then one day, it was a Sunday evening, I shared the video on Facebook. And some years later, some minutes before after that, a friend of mine reached to me on the message. Look, does that thing you said on the video was meant to, or not? And I think, okay, let me check. It was a moment. I was recording, and then I made some mistakes, and I stand out of my chair. I cursed with a few beautiful beautiful Portuguese words, and I say, "Oh my God!" So I shut it down the video. I edited, and then I uploaded it again. Well, people are used to me saying this kind of words. So, for instance, the other day I got an interview. I made a live interview, and I was editing. By the way, I don't know if you're using the DaVinci Resolve video editor. They came with the version 17 last Monday, and it's amazing, and it's free. Okay, I know very professional editors, okay, which are using DaVinci Resolve instead of, for instance, Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, which are the main players in this field.
Yeah.
And so I was looking at the video, the interview I made, and I had in the betweens of the conversation some P words, I said, and they came naturally. I was saying and that blah, and then oh my god. but
But
but but yeah.
do the words you use actually translate easily? Are they, I mean, one of the first things you ask when you're learning German is sort of tell me a few swear words I can use so that nobody can understand it when I'm swearing.
Here usually we do it in the opposite way, which I mean, for instance, it's usual when it comes to July, August, the people who are in France mostly immigrants, Portuguese immigrants who came here to holidays.
Mhm.
From time to time, they bring some people from France, French people, to spend their holidays and to know this amazing, beautiful country, which is Portugal, where you can eat and dance and everything and drink. And
Oh,
they and they like to teach them nice Portuguese words, Then so what do you learn in Portuguese? And they start saying the nice words our vocabulary has, and they have no idea what they are saying.
None at all. None at all. Indeed. We're
Well,
also
I can teach you some if you want.
could be handy, especially if when the camera doesn't behave as you want it to.
Yeah,
yes.
it would be funny if I put some people together on the screen, just English speaking people or German speaking people.
Mhm.
As far as they don't understand, they don't have French people doesn't understand that well Portuguese, but Spanish get away from this. But
Mhm.
and today I'm gonna make a Portuguese class. Only saying that kind of airy words.
That's when you take all these bloopers and everything else that you've done and make an actual blooper reel.
Okay, that would be great. It could be a good idea. So today it's Portuguese class.
If you do that, I'll join you just for fun
I've watched his Portuguese broadcast, and I'm like, nope, can't. I don't even pick up one word.
Yeah. We are very harsh as and from Latin people, Latin languages, we are the harsher of all of them because, for instance, you can tell the singing of a French, a Spanish, or an Italian. It's easy to tell that music but a Portuguese you can't because we don't have it. For instance, if you listen to an Italian speaking English, you will understand that he's an Italian, my friend. You know it. Caro mio. and
As he
and
talks, it kind of
yeah,
bounces.
yeah, 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 and using the hands.
Yes.
Come
Oh,
on,
everything.
Harper. What are you saying, my friend? But
Mm.
Portuguese, you can't because we don't have this melody speaking. We are sad people.
Okay. Now, one of the enemies of live video is when it all goes quiet, because if it all goes quiet, then uh, people actually say, "Well, what's going on? Why are you doing this show? Why are we doing this show?" Is the question.
Well, to have a nice conversation, to discuss news on the live stream field, on the live uh, happening around us, to put together different cultures from the south of Europe to England to Arizona. So it's always good to know. For instance, to learn a lot about cars, which it's not my field of knowledge, of course. So we have this specialist
No.
to know what's happening on Stonehenge. It's also good to understand. Hopefully, you don't have you won't be able to do the tunnel.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the reason for doing live video is in my mind to actually communicate with people and to listen to what people have to say, and we are here to give everybody a voice. So this is a chance for everybody to actually comment and for those comments to be discussed. So if you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss, then we're more than willing to do so. But for my mind, I'm here because I just enjoy it. I just enjoy being live. There's no feeling like being live on camera and having to busk it, as we say in the UK, which means you haven't got a clue what's going to happen next, but you just carry on anyway. And,
Absolutely.
from Chris to give us a pleasant live broadcast. Thank you, Chris.
Thank
That's
you.
so kind. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, live broadcasting is a great leveler. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it brings everybody together on the same level. There's no superstars in live broadcasting. We're just good at what we do.
Really? I thought I was a superstar. Oh my God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, darn.
Oh my God.
Darn.
All these
How can you say that, Steve?
You know, if you have to tell them you're a superstar, then you might not be.
Let me see if I have a superstar mask.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Well, that would you. Yeah, no, there are people who, I mean, there are people who are superstars, but it's only through hard work that they've actually got there and built their audiences. One day they were watched by just a few people, and then over time they built up. Okay, all of which brings me to the hot topic of the week, because Maury Smith said it's true. The reach on Facebook has just disappeared entirely. If you go live these days, you won't get as many viewers as you used to. And this is because the Facebook changes. Facebook, oh. Well, now you're a superstar. Way cool.
Now you look like Elton John.
Yeah.
Oh, Nikita, you will never.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm seeing with the American crowd on Facebook is that Americans are really starting to like a mass exit from Facebook because of censorship and everything else. They're censoring a lot of stuff politically and all this other kind of stuff. So a lot of them are going to Pander or MeWe, or those are the two that I've only seen. But yeah, it seems like they're like it might be Facebook might be soon to follow as far on the American side into the same box as MySpace was back in the early 2000s. So
that's it. Once you start limiting our right to free speech, irrespective of our views, then you're on a slippery slope, aren't you? I mean, censorship it kills communities. Yeah, and as you rightly said, what happened on Sunday was that the Facebook closed down a group with 270,000 members.
Ooh.
And they had to have somewhere to go, so they did. They left Facebook and went somewhere else.
Yep.
And that's a trend that you're saying. You mentioned MeWe. MeWe's been around for 5-6 years now, and it is a place without adverts. So if you don't want to see adverts in your feed, then that's the place to go. The thing that's needed for anything to be successful, other than Facebook, which has got 2.3 billion users, is people have got to move as one. Yeah. So 270,000 people moving to Parlay as one will work because they can quickly set up a new group. Majority of the 270,000 join it. You've got a vibrant community from the get-go. You can say what you couldn't say on Facebook, and you're off and running.
Yep.
If you're a moderate, if you're between the left and the right, then as moderates, it's not as easy because we don't say anything on Facebook that we wouldn't say in the real world. Yeah, so I don't know, but Marco, what do you think?
Well, I think that's the point, and the one of the problems is that this moderation on Facebook is made by robots, you know,
Yeah.
which don't understand context,
Mhm.
which don't allow, and this is for me, it's very important, complaints, you know, because they assume they are right, and there's no option for you to coming back and ask about what's happening, to ask to retrieve back. You can't do that, so it's hard, and this may make some people to go to another platform which is more free, without, because I think this AI overusing, it's a problem, because for instance, I there was some music, thankfully I didn't have any problem due to speech or something, because I'm very careful on this. But with musics, I had a couple of situations which should not happen, because for instance, I was using one day, for you to understand, one day I had a video I recorded, with the music I bought was shut down on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even though I made my complaint, I'm still waiting for the answer, you know, and it was about 3 or 5 years ago,
Keep
or
waiting.
4. Yeah, yeah. I think it's the big point here. I don't see it in on the long term. This could go right when you are so strict with rules,
Mm.
and there's no option for the people who are on the other side to make their point,
Yeah.
to make their defense, you know. So and on the other side, it's those who are judging if this is allowed or not are not persons, you know, are a robot which has no feelings, which has no emotion.
Mhm.
So this may be a problem in the middle term, I think.
Well, and AI is it's black. It's they only
Yeah,
their
yeah,
is black and white. There's no gray.
absolutely.
There's no, like Steven said, there's no emotion. It's one of those you can't go. Okay, well this is what when he says this. This is what his intent is. Where it's like, nope, you said that, bam, it's gone or whatever. So you know,
The thing is, you have to be so careful, and you don't sometimes know exactly what the cause was, why Facebook took action.
Yeah.
We've got a mutual friend, and he's got a Facebook account. He's had it for years. He's got business pages. He's got paying groups. Yeah. And he woke up one morning, went to Facebook, and he couldn't get in. His personal profile had gone. He couldn't get into his groups. He couldn't get into his business pages. No message from Facebook, just the one that says
Bye
this
bye.
is suspended.
wow.
And you've no way back, because you put an appeal in, and the appeal's going to somebody who may not get to it for days. Yeah.
Or in Marco's case, ever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5 years. Yeah. Um, and that's the major problem, is that Facebook have become faceless because of the AI. You can't get through to a real person unless you actually know somebody. Now, if you've been to a Facebook event and you've contacted somebody and spoken to somebody, then you've got a named individual you can always go to actually get a matter resolved. For most Facebook users, vast majority of Facebook users, you're only dealing with an anonymous person, and you never get to know who's actually answering your query. And things can go wrong, do go wrong. And it's not just Facebook. I just want to make that
yeah.
point. Another friend, a mutual friend, has a YouTube account. And on that YouTube account, he was, with permission, sharing videos that other people had created. Okay. The people who gave permission for him to share those videos suddenly complained and withdrew that permission, as a result of which he ended up with 3 strikes. And 3 strikes on YouTube means your 6 years' work on your YouTube channel just disappears overnight, and there is no right to appeal once you've got to 3 strikes.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, that's a lot of work down the drain.
It is. It is. I mean, the thing is, you put content on YouTube to store it there. You wipe it off your own hard drive because it's safe on YouTube. Yeah. So you might not have access to all the content you've actually put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least YouTube do tell you why you've got a strike, and it's up to you whether to appeal or not. But if you get to 2 strikes on YouTube and you do appeal, then your appeal fails. That's it.
That's
You're
your
going to go 3rd strike.
Wow.
So we are at the mercy of Facebook and YouTube, all of which means that you should have your own website as well, and you should secure your videos on something like Vimeo, or basically store them anywhere else apart from Facebook and YouTube if you want to be totally secure.
Absolutely.
Now, the other thing that Facebook's in control of is how many people this video will be seen by. Harper, Marco, and I can't do anything about the number of people who watch this video. That's down to Facebook. And the number of viewers is decided by Facebook. And you can only see a video if you see it in your timeline. If you don't see it in your timeline, you don't even know we're broadcasting. Okay. Now, before the broadcast and during the broadcast, there's very little that we can actually do to increase our audience, because we can't boost the post. We can't advertise. We can create events, we can do lots of things, but I can tell you without fear of being contradicted that if you want to reach an audience, and you want to reach that audience consistently, and you want to have reach, the thing to do is to build a Facebook group, slowly build that group, invite people into the group, and go live in the group, or get permission to go live in other groups. The reach in groups, and 2 groups I don't run have given me great reach, is in the group. It's in the group. People watch in groups now as opposed to watching on timelines. So my advice of the day is either create your own group and invite people along, or join other groups where you're allowed to go live. Please do ask before going live, because last thing you want is to be thrown off a group. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was saying I have this group on Facebook, but I don't see it. To be honest, I gave up from that group some weeks ago. Okay, I think we should use this thing about follows.
Junior follow. Yeah, sorry.
I want 1,000 back. Yeah, but well, to be honest, I'm a little how can I say it? I don't give a damn about this rich problem, because I'm facing the same on LinkedIn, for instance, me and some more people, and there's this thing people say, oh no, the the thing is you should put good content, and it's all about good content, and it's BS, because that's not the point, because I see content which I take a look at that, and that kind of engaging bait tactics, hit the which doesn't bring any value to you, and I see that people are having lots of engagements and likes and some comments, but that doesn't bring any value to you, because some people still using this engagement silly tactics, and some it works. I don't know if you noticed a few weeks ago this kind of posts on LinkedIn hit the image to see what happens, and because they had this thing like Instagram. If you tap 2 times an image, it puts a like on the image. What's the point? And I see, for instance, I don't see, because sometimes we see some amazing people say, "Oh, you should use text posts, or you should use video under 19 seconds, or you should use this and this," and you, in the very next moment, you see a post which is nothing to do with what you just read, and it's having engagement. So the algorithm works as they want to work, and that's the point. Because I see videos with lots of engagements, I see text with lots of engagement, I see bullshit with lots of engagement. So
Yeah, hard to say. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Because for instance, I see a lady on LinkedIn. Their posts are that amazing picture, like diva post, okay, and then she uses lots of quotes from whatever, Lincoln and whatever, and she got hundreds, thousands of likes and comments, and I say, okay, so vain, and some people who struggles hard to share good insights and new things, fresh things, because sharing something that Einstein said 100 years ago, I don't know what this could help me, because I think all of us, every day we see these inspirational quotes, and it's good. I use them from times to times, yes, but all the times you know that this, okay, we read it, somehow you may come you may get some 5 minutes of inspiration, but it goes.
yeah,
So to be honest, I don't care about these situations, because that's it. They are there to play around with us, to joke.
The thing is, we're quite fortunate in we actually do get interaction on our broadcasts, and this is from Chris. In China, there is now a bracelet that can read your emotions by the tone of your voice, but that is going to be more. That finished it. Finished it. Oh, right, more difficult in writing. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then an interesting post, which is coming from Twitch, I think, which said donated $100. To whom have you donated?
Yeah. Well, 33
Okay.
for each one of us.
that's a hard drive.
Who knows? Who knows? But new followers on Twitch, that's good. I mean,
Okay.
the thing is, on Twitch, I achieved affiliate on Twitch, but then BeLive stopped broadcasting to Twitch, so I couldn't go to Twitch anymore. Hopefully one day it will come back. Who knows?
Okay.
But Twitch is I mean, it's got everything that you need to go live. It's all in one place, and good quality too.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
with this year, I mean, we've seen just a real big jump on live videos, just because of, like you guys are on your lockdown. So anybody who's got a business that they still need to try to do live broadcasting is, hey, I'm my store is closed, but I'm still open for business outside of my store. So I mean, it's really kind of, so we've seen a lot of improvements this year in different platforms.
I think one of the biggest improvements this year is the video quality, because we're now going out at 1080p, which is high definition, and this is probably the best we can get, because the next step up will be 4K. We don't have the computers to do that, so 1080p has been a game changer this year in terms of the quality of the video, especially on the replay. If you do create good quality video, then people are more likely to watch the replay.
Absolutely.
Say hi to everybody, Shelley.
Who's saying hello to?
Yeah,
Right.
that's.
Last few days we kind of redid the
Hello.
Hello.
move the dining room over to here and stuff. So because we got all the kids are out and everything, so now it's like, okay, how do we want our house now? So, but yeah, I'm getting my studio set up, and then of course the laptop crashes. So yeah, it just needs a new hard drive. So
Mhm.
I'll get that, and then I'll be in there. So
You will be back.
We just watched the movie The Expendables. We watched all three of them the other day. And yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's a bunch of the it's all a bunch of old actors together in this group or whatever, and they go out and
Yeah.
highly action movie. But like in the second one, they're making fun of the other character from his movies. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "I'll be back," and then another one says, "You've been back enough." Bruce Willis tells him, "You've been back enough. I'll be back." Then Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, "Yippee ki yay!" They just use all these lines and everything and tease the whole movie. So it's actually kind of funny. So
Yeah. It's a funny movie. Yes.
it is.
I didn't see the third one. I should.
It's okay. It's like he puts his team on the side, and it's a bunch of new ones. It's almost like, hey, let's get some of these young actors involved, and it didn't go very well. So that's why
Okay.
the fourth
I
one.
didn't miss too much then.
Yeah, number 2 is the funniest. So but so real quick, Steven, how did your Be Live posting for Be Live go last week?
Oh, the blog post.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it went well. I did the video to go with it as well. It was normally I write for myself, but I was actually writing for Be Live. There is a major difference. When you write for yourself, you can write what you like.
Mm-hmm.
When you write for somebody else, you can write what you're allowed to write. So you've got to change your mindset. And it was hard adjusting. The other thing is that when you write for yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect. When you're writing for a corporate blog, then all the commas have got to be in the right place, all the full stops, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And I thought that's the way I wrote stuff. I thought no problem there. But then they said, okay, go over and run your blog through Grammarly and see what happens. Well, my chin hit the floor when it said, no, that's not quite perfect. It's 63%.
Shame on you, Steve.
Shame on you. Yeah, I mean, doing it all these years and you can't write properly. I thought, what's going on? So I had to then get it up to 100%, and I learned a lot doing it. So it's been a learning experience actually getting hitting the target of 100%. So I can now write in English, which is pretty good. With all in fact, I thought I'm doing this seriously. So I've invested in Grammarly for the year, and all my blogs will be correct as far as syntax is concerned, but content is going to be variable, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. But thank you for asking.
So when I was taking college classes, and I wrote so if you read it, if you read what I wrote, you would you would use the same words, same everything as how I spoke. But if I wrote it for somebody else, they would be like, "Well, this doesn't make sense." That's to me, because my mind interprets what I need to in the writing. But yeah, it's definitely interesting.
It's good fun. I'm going to do it again next week. Blog's out on the 18th, and this time it's all about how not to get. This is given what we've been talking about. Is how not to get banned for playing music in your show.
Yep. It doesn't take much anymore to get banned. So.
Oh no, that's very true.
Not.
Right, we're coming to the end of the show, which has gone whiz past. So, tossing the coin, Marco.
Next week, we will see at the same time on back again to Wednesday to have another live stream talk discussing happenings, new features on Restream, new things coming up on each one with each town we live. I think I think they have plans to build a road around here, a new road. So let me see if there's a tunnel there.
You see, you don't have Stonehenge. That's
I don't. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the difference. There's only one Stonehenge.
Absolutely. So
maybe they'll make it from the northern Portugal all the way underneath to southern Portugal.
That could be good. Yes, because on the south it's the main place to holidays in summer, Algarve. It's where everybody wants to go. Well, everybody is not everybody, but it's the place where people likes to go in holidays. Yes. So this tunnel may be a good option.
Sounds good.
All right. Sorry, Harper.
All right. So looking at all the comments, I couldn't even count how many comments we had. Loving all the audience that was watching us today. Thank you so much for watching us, and thank you for your input. All of the comments were great, everywhere from the Philippines to all over the place. We greatly appreciate your guys' following and interaction with us.
Brilliant. There's only one thing that we can say now. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, compañeros.
Bye, everybody.